If you want to know what 316 Day is all about, give me a hell yeah. I said, if you want to know what 316 Day is all about, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
What? This is live.
Did you want to try to read something from your book?
What?
What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei, place to be chilling, Mr. Annie. Better give you guys another Raw review for 316. Hell yeah! It is 316 Day. That means Stone Cold is in an empty building. So, we are coming with you from Raw, live from the Performance Center. Byron Saxton, Todd Phillips, and Jerry King Lawler presenting you Monday Night Raw at the top of the screen. And once again, there are no audience in the seats, so I'm not in the seat. So we got an empty arena going both ways for you guys. So once again, I'm saying I understand why they're doing it, but we just got the news that WrestleMania will not be postponed and that WrestleMania on April 5th will take place live at the Performance Center. Yes, the first empty WrestleMania. Now, I have a lot to say about that. So, what we did was we did a section of the next week's podcast about WrestleMania going to the Performance Center, but we're going to give you that part now. So, when you guys see this review, up tonight will be part from episode 135 or 134, 135 of No Guarantee Wrestling Podcast. We're going to talk all extensively about WrestleMania Performance Center, what the good, the bad about it, and things like that nature. And I don't want to just go into it right now on the Raw review. So as the three announced members are in the ring, Edge comes out and he comes out and cuts a very good promo. And once again, it hurts because the promo was very good, and you want to Edge did his job just focusing on the promo, but you know it would be better if the crowd was there. And once again, you gotta get focused because the hard cam is on the opposite side of the Performance Center that it is in most regular arenas. So Edge comes out, he says, you know what, Orton, you know that we had a great tag team and we was taking out DX and we were the best, and we both got hard lessons from Mick Foley, and I like how he brought it in there. But one thing that Mick Foley taught me that he didn't taught you was grit. And Beth Phoenix was gonna come out here and say, I'm talking about my second retirement. But you couldn't wait, could you? And then you put your hands on Beth Phoenix, so now I gotta come see at WrestleMania, and he wants to face Randy Orton in a last man standing match. I'm telling you right now, Edge in the last man standing match already scares me from him coming back from injury, but still, this rivalry has been one of the best story things going on for WrestleMania, and it just so like the empty arena actually could help it. Like they can use all kinds of parts in the arena and everything, and it could be a very, very brutal style matchup and things like that. But I still believe, you know, with the crowd being there, it would have been better, obviously, sure. But a last man standing match is something really good that I probably want to see. After that, they show the entirety of the 2020 Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar dominating the first half and Drew McIntyre winning the Royal Rumble. And so they played its entirety with commercials and everything. So it filled up a lot of time, and I understand why it did that. You can't have a 3-hour show. Raw is already insufferable as it is on a lot of nights. So to try to book a 3-hour show with no crowd energy, with no way to swing the crowd or nothing, is almost virtually impossible. That's why, like I said, I'll get to it in our other video about WWE going to the Performance Center, but I think that you can't write those kind of shows for 4 or 5 hours in an empty arena. You just can't do it. But, you know, I mean, we see the Royal Rumble again, and it looks like that's going to be the theme that's probably going to be. Undertaker is coming out to the ring for a contract signing with AJ Styles. He comes out, but it's not as the Dead Man. I mean, he has the Dead Man music, but he comes out the quickest he ever came out. It's including with the motorcycle and including with the Dead Man gimmick. Undertaker comes out the ring and starts throwing tables around because he's pissed off. Got his do-rag going, got his long ponytail, got the BSK tattoo showing on his abs and everything. He's ready for a fight. And then AJ Styles comes up on a Titantron with the OC and talks about, Undertaker and his wife, how his wife is going to, always both face him, it cannot just pull him away, and how we had so many great moments with Undertaker about hanging it up, but you just can't let it go. Well, he's going to permanently have Undertaker rest in peace. And then he signs a contract, and then he says, go out there and hand it to the Undertaker. Carlos was like, no. He said, what you doing? You're the toughest man in the room. I like that. He tried to get Luke Gallows to go out there, and he sends both of them out there. And then we get a little cheesiness with the lights go off, and then Undertaker appears behind Gallows and Anderson. So it's very SmackDown versus Rawish, in those video games. I like that. He beats up Anderson and Gallows, signs the contract, and then throws the contract in Carl Anderson's mouth. Once again, even though Undertaker's old, even though Undertaker should have been retired and all them other times, I am actually excited to see Undertaker versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles can have a good match with anybody. It's just that in that empty arena, it's going to bother. And first of all, like I said, I better stop getting into it because there's a video about it, of how I feel about to get all into it without, let it drag on with the Raw review and stuff like that. Becky Lynch comes out for a promo after driving to Raw with this, this big Mack truck, and she says that she is, she basically bullied a lot of people at NXT, but she can't bully her, and that she's going to find that out at WrestleMania, and basically that she is, some shoes about Shayna's existence and how she's unbalanced in Shayna's existence, something like that. It was all right, decent enough promo. Again, we have Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. For what reason? Who knows? And as much as these two have great matches, I'm like, you know what? The Fatal 4-Way idea must be out the way for WrestleMania, because I'm so tired of seeing the Humbertos, the Angel Garzas, the Mysterios, and Andrade whole, Mexican table. I am just so tired of seeing them go against. They need to branch out. I don't even know what the plan is for them at WrestleMania right now. And honestly, I don't think now that WrestleMania is going to have a 15-match card, a 14-15 match card they usually do, because there's no possible way you can have a 15-match card going for 4 or 5 hours in an empty arena. It can't do. I think that they're trying to condense this thing down to 8 matches, 9 matches at the most, and then probably just work on those storylines, and which is unfortunate for a lot of people in the locker room, a lot of people. But this is probably what we got to deal with. So, Kevin Owens is backstage, and then he heard that Seth Rollins wants his one-on-one match with him, and I was like, well, after all the fighting, the Viking Raiders and AOP and Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe and everybody and Murphy has been doing, this is not the match I was expecting them to have. But so a one-on-one with Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, because Kevin Owens once that he says a better place to have it in the Performance Center. You didn't work in the Performance Center like I did. I came up in the Performance Center. I worked my ass off in there, so it'll be fitting to beat you in the Performance Center. So, it's 316 day. Hell yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out in all my years of living. And I'm not old, but I've been here for a while. And I've been watching wrestling since 1992. Okay? And I remember stunning Steve Austin. I remember him and his battles with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I remember his battles with Rick Rude. Okay? Then I remember ECW Steve Austin. Then I remember him coming to WWF as the ringmaster with Ted DiBiase. And 1997 hit. And from 1997 on, there's always the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. There was not one moment in my lifetime, I honestly gotta tell you, I would have took that bet along with a Bill Cosby one too. I would have took that bet saying that if Stone Cold's glass broke and there was no reaction, I would have said you are bullshit. It never would have happened. And it happened tonight. He comes out and he does his 4 poses to nobody there. I never would have thought I would. I understand circumstances, but I never thought I would never see Stone Cold kind of get a reaction. And so Stone Cold plays up to it, takes a bump in the ring as he drinks his Steve Weisers. And he goes and reads off the card, talk about some 316 is gonna be a national holiday. And if you want that to be a national holiday, give me a hell yeah. And it just shows the chairs of nobody being there. And then he said, I said, if you down with 316 be a national holiday, give me a hell yeah. And then Byron Saxton gets up with the cringy hell yeah. I'm like, see, it gotta be the black guy to do this shit, right? And I'm like, God, there goes Byron Saxton doing his thing. So, as Stone Cold's reading the cue cards of different things about 316, Byron Saxton's holding up the ratings numbers, rating how he felt about those, and then he finally brings Byron Saxton down to the ring, gives him a beer, and then gives Byron Saxton a stunner. And then Becky Lynch comes out with some Steve Weisers in a cooler, and then they drink beer together, and then she steps over Byron Saxton and gives Byron Saxton another stunner as Raw goes off the air. And then once again, you know, if that wasn't enough, the Street Profits come out after Raw goes off the air, and then Stone Cold gives Montez and Angelo Dawkins stunners as well, because, you know, it's not burying them guys. It's not doing stuff like that. Well, one, it ain't on TV. Ain't nobody to see it. But it's actually an honor to get stunnered by Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I'm saying, so as we look at it. So that was Raw this week. It's hard to grade. It's hard to take these grades even seriously. But for what Raw tried to do when it comes to, you know, for what the materials they had, I'll give it a slight passing grade. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, first of all, it was over quickly. It was only like about an hour of content. So if this was going to be like going forward, these grades really ain't going to count much. But it's just you know, just to review something. So post down in the comments down below how'd you guys feel about Monday Night Raw. And once I put the video up about the WrestleMania Performance Center, let me know in the comments below how y'all guys feel about an empty arena WrestleMania. So once again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for more WWE content right here on Nerd Coalition. So once again, this is NC and Place to Be. Children Mr. A&E, and Nerd Coalition is out.